Welcome to Call the Wild Tutorials, and today we're on the beautiful Tiararoa, which is harder to say than it is to play because this is an absolutely beautiful map. I love this map. Probably one of my favorites. And today in this video we're going to be talking about the harvest screen. So I shot a nice level 4 animal, and we're going to just pick them up and go through the harvest screen. It might be a little bit of a longer video than normal, and I apologize, but I want to make sure that we're thorough about what we're going to be going through. So when we collect the animal, we go to our harvest screen, and you can see it gives us our X-ray shot right away, and it rotates on its own. You can manipulate the shot with the right analog stick, moving it up and down however you want. If you just let it go, it's just going to spin on its own. And this is a great shot because, one, you can see where the vital organs are. You can see where your shot placement was. And all in all, it's just an excellent, especially when I get to my video on shot placement, you'll see how we can use this tool, and it'll make you have better shots. So it's an excellent thing to study, see where the animal's vital organs are, see where their bones are in relation to their body, so that way you can make better shots. If we want to see what the animal looks like, we just press the R2 button, and there we can have this view of the animal, the non-X-ray view, and we can take a look at their beautiful antlers of this nice fallow deer that we shot. Now, if we look over to the left side, we have our hit information, so we can see that I shot it with the 303, the type of ammunition I shot, the distance that shot was made, and then the weapon score. Now the weapon score is based on how quickly or how good the shot was. If it would have been a flesh wound and the animal would have died, the weapon score would have been lower. And then you can see it says, it has the shot type, left lung, right lung. It tells you the percentage that of damage that it did to the animal. If we had more than one shot and we wanted to scroll through it, all we would do is press left on our D-pad and we could scroll through that. But once again, because I shot this animal with one shot, there's nothing to scroll, right? But if we would have shot it like 6 times, you know what, you scroll through and it'll show you every shot that you landed on that deer, and then you could see it through the X-ray shot where it all landed. So on the right side, we have all that information. It tells us that it was a class 4, that it was a male. It told us the weight of the animal, the fur type, the tracking distance. Obviously, I didn't have to track this animal because I saw it, shot it, and went and grabbed it. The difficulty of the animal, or that's the level of the animal, if you want to call it that. It was a level 4. The trophy type, which is the antlers, and the trophy organ, which is the skull. Now this is important when we get down to the next section where we can see that it's a gold animal, and the reason it's a gold animal is because because of the trophy rating. Now if we press over with the left analog stick, or I should say the D-pad, press to the left with the D-pad, and then we can press down, and it will go. We'll see the medal is dependent on the trophy rating of the animal. So this was a 195, so we can see it was not a big gold by any stretch of the means, but it wasn't anywhere near close to a diamond animal. So those are our medals. Our medals are bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Now it doesn't have the bronze medal on there as a rating because a bronze animal is obviously a smaller animal, but we can go through that, and if we're trying to hunt for a diamond, we know that we want to shoot an animal that's 251.7 and above. Now in order to get this full medal rating, what has to happen? Well, if we press down on our left analog stick, we can see that there's a harvest check system. So in order to pass all the checks, we have to shoot the animal with the proper ammo. So once again, knowing up at the top that it's a class 4 animal, we have to make sure we shoot it with class 4 ammo. We don't want to shoot the animal more than twice. And the trophy organs have to be intact. So what that means is you don't want to put a headshot on an animal where the trophy organs are the skull, which is pretty much almost every animal in the game. Destroying the trophy organs means we don't pass that check. And also, we have to hit at least one vital organ or more. And now that has to be done in one of those two shots. So if our first shot we flesh wound it, and the second shot we hit a vital, we've passed that check. And because we haven't shot that animal more than twice, we've passed that check. We use the proper animal, pass that check, and we haven't shot it in the head, obviously, we pass that check. So for, I'm going to have a video coming out shortly on shooting and shot placement, and to help you get those vital organs. And we'll explain a little bit more about the vital organs when we get to that video. So those are the 4 checks that you need to pass in order to get a full rating. Now, if one of those checks aren't met, this gold would go from a gold to a silver. If 2 aren't met, it's the same thing. It just goes from a gold to a silver. The badge of the animal, or the trophy we get from the animal, goes down by 1. So just something to keep in mind. Maybe you shot a large animal and it was a diamond, and if you messed it up, shot it more than twice, say you shot it more than twice, you shot it 3 times, it would go down to a gold from a diamond. So once again, those badges: bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and of course we have the great ones with whitetails, which is a whole category on its own as well. Now if we press down one more time on the left analog stick, we go down to our XP and cash and session score. So your session score, I'm not quite too sure how this all counts for session score. All I know is that when you're playing against somebody, you want to see, you get a session score for each animal you down, and it's affected by these checks as well: the quick kill, harvest check, or your harvest check being passed, consecutive harvest, and the species difficulty. Now you can see for this animal I got 260 XP and 1192 for money. Now this would have gone down had, say for example, my quick kill bonus not been at 100%. In order to get 100% for your quick kill bonus, the animal has to die in 8 seconds or less, and then it starts dropping from there. So if we would have just kind of wounded this animal, that quick kill bonus would have started going down, 98%, 99%, it starts ticking down. I'm not sure of the exact timing of how many percentage it ticks down, but as long as you kill it in 8 seconds or less by making a good shot, then you're going to get 100% of that quick kill bonus. And all these bonuses, the only thing they affect are your XP and your cash. They don't affect that trophy rating whatsoever. It's just for your XP and cash. And so if you want more money, of course, you want to have these bonuses up. So the harvest check is self-explanatory. You need to have all 4 of those harvest checks checked off, and you get 100% of that. The consecutive harvest bonus is every time you harvest an animal. If this is a new map, we've never hunted this map before, or we're just starting out, that consecutive harvest bonus goes up by 20% for each animal you harvest. So, your first animal is 20%, 40%, 60, 80, 100. And every animal thereafter is going to be 100%. Now, if, say, for example, you shoot an animal, you lose it, you can't find it, and you exit the game, when you come back, the next animal that you shoot, you're starting all over again. So that's what your consecutive harvest bonus is about. You want to just keep collecting every single animal you harvest, and this should always be at 100%. And of course, the species difficulty speaks for itself. If you're hunting a harder animal or an animal that's very difficult to hunt, then your species bonus is going to go up. So that's it for the main section of the harvest screen. Although we could talk about going through the bottom section. If you want to taxidermize this animal in order to put it into your hunting lodge, you could press triangle. It's going to cost you that amount of money, that 4,000. Now, if we landed a bad shot on this deer, it doesn't affect the trophy rating on it, but it will affect if we, say it was a diamond and I messed it up, I can still put it in my lodge, but they're actually going to charge me more for making a bad shot. So, having a clean shot is going to affect how much it's going to cost you to put these into your lodge as well. Now, say, for example, you're a new player and you're starting out and you don't have money and you've shot a really nice animal you want to put into your lodge later. You know what? You can put it into your, there, where it says Trophy Manager, it might say on your screen Saved Harvest. So you're allowed to save up to 10 animals. Let's just go in there. You can save up to 10 animals in your Trophy Manager. And, say we want to save this guy, we can overwrite. So I want to save this. I'm going to just take this fallow deer here. I might have pressed square by accident and saved it by accident. So we're going to overwrite it. And I can always go back into when I go back into my lodge, I can go back later and I can actually taxidermize that animal later. So that's handy to know. Also, just as a quick note as well for taxidermizing animals, say you forgot to tax your animal when you harvested it, just go into your trophy lodge and go to your trophy manager, and it will automatically save your last harvest that you can taxidermize your last harvest, just in case you forgot to do that in this screen. So the only other thing that we can talk about or is the true score. So if we hit the R1 button, it takes us into this true score evaluation. So they don't use the conventional Boone and Crockett scoring scheme. This is something Call of the Wild has done themselves. So you can see it scores on, beam length, the length of brown ties, the brow tines, the circumference, the palms, palm length, inner spread. This changes from species to species, but when you add all of that up, all of these scores up for the lengths, that's what gives you the trophy score. So obviously, a fallow deer with larger antlers is going to have a larger trophy score. One with very small antlers is going to have a small trophy score just based on those criteria. And once again, you get that by pressing the R1. And once again, in this view, it doesn't rotate, but you can rotate it around with your right stick. Now, and once again, you can scroll through these tips by pressing down on the D-pad to show those. And if you ever want to, once again, go back, all you have to do is just press the L1 button, and that goes back into your hit information screen. Once again, and then pressing to the left or to the right is going to get you to be able to scroll from side to side. So that's it for the trophy, or for the harvest screen. Once again, sorry it's been so detailed, but I just wanted to make sure that you fully understood what everything meant. And we're going to accept this animal, and we have a lot coming in here to drink now. So from the beautiful Tiara Roa and Call of the Wild Tutorials, happy hunting.